Homework 3, question 1. So the question is, let the probability x equals to k is equal to b times kp k to the k minus 1, where k equals to 1 to infinity, and the range of p is from 0 to 1. So A, find the b so that the probability of x equals to k is a probability mass function. So we know the summation from x goes from 0 to infinity. Probability of k is just equal to 1 plus p to the second plus p to the third, and then is equal to 1 over 1 minus p. Now we take differentiate from both sides. So we know that the summation from k goes from 0 to infinity, that k times the probability of k times p to the k minus 1 is equal to 1 over 1 minus p to the square. So we know that the summation k equals to 0 to infinity, that k times probability of times p to the k is just equal to p over 1 minus p to the square. So because of that, we know that the b is equal to 1 over p to the square. B, find the EX. The EX is equal to the summation k goes from 0 to infinity, that k times the probability of x equals to k, which equals to b times k squared times p to the k minus 1. Because we already know b is equal to 1 minus p to the square. And now also we know that the k to the square times p to the k minus 1 is equal to 1 plus p over 1 minus p to the third. And then we plug in the b in there. We know that EX is just equal to summation k goes from 1 to infinity, that b times k squared times probability of x minus 1 is which equal to 1 plus p over 1 minus p. C, find EX squared. So from second question, we know that the probability that we know that k to the second times p k minus 1 is equal to 1 plus p over 1 minus p to the third. Now k to the third times p k minus 1 is just equal to 1 plus 4p plus p squared over 1 minus p to the fourth. And we already know b is equal to 1 minus p to the square. So the EX squared is equal to summation x k equals to 0 to infinity k squared times probability of x equals to k, which is just a 1 plus 4p plus p squared over 1 minus p squared. D, find EX squared minus EX squared. So we already know that the EX squared is equal to 1 plus 4p plus p2 squared over 1 minus p squared, and then EX squared is just the 1 plus p over 1 minus p squared. So we put them together. It will be 1 plus 4p plus p squared minus 1 minus p over 1 minus p squared is going to give us the answer, which is 3p plus p to the second over 1 minus p squared. So E, the question tells us that the p is equal to 1/3, and trying to find the conditional probability mass function, p that x equals to k, that from x from 2 to 5. So we know b is going to be equal to 1 minus p squared, which give us the answer 4/9. And then we know that the probability of x equals to k to x equals from k to 5 is just equal to probability of x equals to k over summation from k from 2 to 5, the probability of x equals to k. So we know that summation that k equals to from 2 to 5, probability of x equals to k is just is equal to 4/9 times k times 1/3 to the k minus 1. So the probability of that function will be just 1 over 0.53 times 4 over 9 times k times 1/3 to the k minus 1, where k is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the probability will equal to 0, where k is not equal to from 2 to 5.